On a damp December morning in 1991, a brand new SAS MD-81 sat at Stockholm's Arlanda airport. As the ground crew prepared the aircraft for departure, a thermodynamic trap was already forming on the surface of the wings. This cross-section shows the MD-81 wing. Arriving from a high-altitude flight at -60 degrees Celsius, the 2,500 kilograms of fuel inside became supercooled. Though Arlanda's air was above freezing, this fuel turned the wings into flying refrigerators. When light rain hit the wing, it didn't form white frost. The sub-zero metal caused the droplets to instantly freeze into perfectly transparent, clear ice. Clear ice is lethal specifically because it is deceptive. It takes on the exact color and texture of the metal beneath it, making a heavy, dangerous layer of ice look like nothing more than a wet wing. During the pre-flight check, a mechanic climbed a ladder to inspect the wing by hand. He felt slush and wiped it away, but he didn't detect the solid, transparent sheet of clear ice that remained anchored to the metal beneath the surface. The ground crew followed the morning's de-icing protocol, but it was insufficient for the conditions. They used a fluid that melts existing ice, but lacks the longevity to prevent new ice from forming. The aircraft then spent 27 minutes taxiing to the runway. As freezing rain continued to fall, the clear ice began to silently rebuild and thicken across the wing roots. Every checklist was completed, and every standard safety protocol was observed. Yet, because the aviation safety system of 1991 wasn't designed to detect a threat that couldn't be seen, the MD-81 was rolling toward a catastrophic failure. At 8:47 a.m., the plane accelerated down runway 01. As the nose pitched up for liftoff, the weight of the 64,000-kilogram aircraft shifted entirely from the landing gear to the wings. During takeoff, wings are designed to flex and bow upward to generate lift. It is a normal part of flight physics. This sudden flexing shattered the rigid, invisible layer of clear ice into hundreds of heavy fragments that were instantly swept back by the airflow. Because the MD-81's engines are mounted at the rear of the fuselage, directly behind the wings, they were in the direct line of fire. The ice fragments slammed into the engine cores, instantly warping the titanium fan blades. The very forces that allowed the plane to fly had now weaponized the weather, turning the aircraft's own structural design against its engines. The warped fan blades disrupted the internal airflow, triggering violent engine surges and compressor stalls that shook the entire aircraft as the engines began to disintegrate. Captain Rasmussen responded with the standard emergency procedure. He pulled the throttles back to reduce power, hoping to stop the surges and save the mechanical integrity of the engines. At that exact moment, a second invisible threat activated. The plane was equipped with ATR, a hidden system installed by the manufacturer that neither the airline nor the pilots knew existed. As the pilots manually reduced thrust, the ATR software forced the throttles back to maximum, overriding their commands and pushing the engines into a red zone of total failure. Under the stress of maximum power and shattered blades, both engines ripped themselves apart. Just 76 seconds after takeoff, the MD-81 became a heavy glider, falling through zero visibility clouds. This crash was the result of a precise collision between a thermodynamic anomaly on the wings and an automated system that worked exactly as programmed, but directly against the pilot's survival instincts. The pilots broke through the clouds and steered the aircraft toward an open field near Gottröra. Using the surrounding pine forest to absorb their kinetic energy, they performed a strategic crash landing into the trees. The impact was violent enough to snap the fuselage into 3 separate pieces. Yet, remarkably, all 129 people on board survived. International investigators worked through the wreckage and flight records to identify the failure points. Passenger accounts provided the first evidence of ice shedding, while the flight data recorders finally revealed the hidden logic of the ATR software that had overthrottled the engines. The industry responded with global changes. Aircraft manuals were rewritten to disclose every automated system to pilots, and de-icing procedures were overhauled to require mandatory tactile checks to feel for clear ice before every flight. The miracle at Gottröra proved that human sight is fallible. It reminded the aviation world that in the sky, the most dangerous threats are often the ones you cannot see.